Welcome to Secrets to Alignment with Savannah Schaffer. I am here to equip you with the belief and energy to make your dreams a reality. Take this time to fill your cup and align with the most vibrant version of you. This podcast episode is going to help so many of you guys. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I am somebody who is very routine oriented. I always have a schedule for myself and it allows me to show up my absolute best. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about some simple tips to figure out a really good routine that is going to support you and your lifestyle. So if you've been feeling all over the place and like you just can't find your footing, you don't know how to prioritize things properly, this podcast is for you. Welcome back to the Secrets to Alignment podcast with your host, Savannah Schaffer. I am stoked to be here. I hope that you guys have had a great weekend. I actually just got done doing my social media training. If you missed that, please go ahead and DM me on Instagram. I would love to send you the replay on my content creation social media training. I think that it would support you massively if you have a business and you're wanting to expand on social media. It was so much fun and so many of you guys absolutely loved it, took so many notes, and are already taking action on the things that you said you were going to. So I love seeing that. I'm so proud of you. I hope that you guys are going into this week feeling amazing, because you should be. We all should be. And even the routine that I have on my weekends supports me throughout my week. If you are ready to up-level your routines, you are going to love this. So first off, the importance of having a routine. Number one, and probably the most important, is that your cup is always filled when you have a routine, because everything is working together. Your work isn't out of balance with your personal, your self-care isn't going on the back burner. You have everything scheduled out so that you feel your absolute best. Something that I also love is that it allows you to stop making decisions and just simply live your life in a way that fulfills you. So instead of you constantly questioning, what should I do today? Or will I have time to go to the gym later? Or will I have time to meal prep today? Or what day could I clean this week? Instead of you getting in your head and asking all these questions, you actually know where everything fits in your routine, in your schedule, and you're able to show up so much easier. Number three, it keeps you in momentum, keeps you in motion, it keeps you consistent, it keeps you showing up all the time, and that always feels good. Then you're not stuck in this cycle of stopping and starting, and instead you're just on a train that is going up all the time. Number four, it allows you to put yourself first and everything after second. At the end of the day, when you start to prioritize yourself over everything else, I promise you, everything else is going to fall in line so much easier because you actually feel good. When you're doing things from a place of you being depleted and stressed and worried and anxious, you're not going to continue to show up for yourself. You're just going to feel obligated to do things for other people or fit things into your schedule that you actually don't care about. And you knowing exactly what you need to focus on first is going to open up so much more space for the things that you really want to come in as well. And lastly, I want you to recognize that you already have this for work. Like, you know your schedule when it comes to work. You know your schedule, you know your routines, you know your responsibilities. At work, it is all structured and planned out. And in your life, you should also have those structures and those routines, because I promise you, it just allows everything to move so much smoother. So how do you do this? If you're wondering, how do you get to a routine that you actually like and you're excited for, this is something that I work with all of my one-on-one clients on, and we figure out a routine that actually works for them so that they are showing up their best, so that they are feeling their best on a daily basis. Number one, you're gonna lay out your schedule for work, all of your have to type of responsibilities. Everything that is in your schedule that is non-moving, it's not going to be fit in somewhere else. It's like your structured hours of work or whatever you have going on. Number two, you're going to be adding in all of your need tos. So these are the things like, okay, I need to wash my hair, I need to shave my legs, I need to go to the gym, I need to paint my nails, I need to do all of these things for myself so that I actually feel good. I need to reflect, I need to read on a weekly basis, I need to meditate on a daily basis, all of those things of need tos. Then lastly, you're gonna add in your want tos. So this is like spending time with your family, spending time with your friends, like maybe you wanna make sure that you take yourself out for dinner every single week, like something like that. Those are all of your want tos, the things that you want to include in your routines. Personally, I have everything in my life on a schedule. I know when I'm going to be seeing my family. I know when I'm going to be taking time for myself. I know when I'm going to be spending time with Tyler. I know when I'm going to be spending time with Arya. I know all of these things, and it literally makes your entire life easier, especially if you have a child. Putting Arya on a schedule that works for both of us was the best decision that I could have made. And honestly, I feel like as a mom, it allowed me to not quote unquote lose myself. Like I know a lot of other mothers deal with, they lose themselves after they have a kid because then all of a sudden their schedule becomes like their child's and all their days just blend into their child's, and it's really overwhelming for them. And keeping a structure like this, it allows me to have time for myself. It allows me to have time for her and all of the things that truly matter to me. So the first thing that you want to keep very consistent is when you are going to sleep and when you are waking up. So for me personally, this looks like me going to sleep by 9 o'clock and then me waking up every morning at 5:30, 5:45. This is just what works best for me. I know that my daughter's going to be waking up at 7, so I want to make sure that I have time beforehand to fill my cup, make me feel my absolute best, and not just be rolling out of bed and then giving her whatever energy I'm waking up in. I always keep my sleep time consistent, and this is just how many hours of sleep that I need. I need to have 9 to 10 hours of sleep because my parents would literally make me stay in my bed as a little kid until I was in there for 10 hours. So I have to have that much sleep, and that's what makes me feel my best. Like I truly just feel my best when I sleep that much. Maybe for you, it's like 5 hours, maybe it's 6 hours, maybe it's 8 hours, whatever. Figure out what's best for you and stick to it, and just start to wind yourself down at the end of the night at a specific time. So like usually by 8 o'clock, I'm already coming upstairs and I'm taking off my makeup, I'm washing my face, I'm doing everything that I need to start to wind down and show myself like, all right, we're starting to chill out. And it takes time, of course, to adjust to a sleep time or a wake time. But once you do that adjusting, you then are able to stick to it, and it's like a no-brainer. Me waking up at 5:30 was something that was super duper challenging for me for a really long time. And then once I just started doing it and I started to force myself to do it, it made it a lot easier. For example, every single morning, when I was like really trying to train myself to wake up at 5:30, I would take my flashlight as soon as the alarm went off. I would take my flashlight and I would just literally shine it in my eyes. My eyes were closed. Sometimes they're open, but a lot of times my eyes were closed, and it's just like that bright light. It kind of is like the sun shining in my eyes, but usually the sun's not up whenever I'm waking up, so that's why I do that instead. And what I'm doing with that is I'm trying to reprogram my circadian rhythm. This sounds absolutely crazy, but whatever. This is what my real life is. I've been doing this recently because I got out of the routine of waking up at 5:30, and I was waking up at 5:45 or 6. And so yeah, like literally this morning I was shining a flashlight in my eyes to reprogram myself to stay awake. Okay, something that you want to have consistent is the times that you go to the gym or the times that you move your body. When you go to your Pilates classes, you go to yoga, whatever that you do to move your body, you should keep that consistent if you can. And if you're not moving your body, this is your sign. You need to move your body. Your entire life literally improves when you move your body consistently. Like, I don't think that you would be doing that if you didn't know that, but if you don't know, now you know. You need to prioritize movement. Like, period blank. Movement literally will make your entire life feel so much better because you're moving energy within your body, you're resetting your nervous system, you're challenging yourself, you're also just showing up for yourself. So I keep my gym routines very consistent. It has been this way for the last multiple years. Before I was going to the gym, I was working out at home and I just had a consistent wake up time, and then by 9 o'clock I was outside running a mile at my parents' house. Now when I moved out of my parents and I went into my own apartment, my gym time was always like 7 a.m. I'd be waking up at 6:30 and then I'd be getting out the door by 7. And now that I am a mom and my life looks a little bit different, I don't have gym daycare until 8 a.m. So I go to the gym now at 8 a.m. and that's like perfect for me because then it's always every single day I know that that's like something that's going to be in my routine. I'm going to be making breakfast by 9:30. We're going to be getting ready by 10 o'clock. And like I just have this consistency in my life and it makes me feel so good. I have time to take care of myself. I have time to take care of my daughter. I have time to do my makeup and get ready, all of it, because I've created this incredible routine for myself. Now, I personally love to have time to connect. This is extra important. So this is a non-negotiable within my day. Sometimes it's in the car ride to the gym that I'm just like saying my prayers out loud. I'm speaking my manifestations into existence. A lot of times it's me actually sitting down and meditating every single morning or doing a breath work routine or something. But I always make sure in the morning for me, I will wake up, I'll brush my teeth, I'll get dressed, I'll come out here into my little vibey spot and I will take some time to center my mind. And usually what I'm doing is I'm actually activating the types of feelings that I want to experience throughout my day. So I want to experience like high energy and like good vibes and happiness and fulfillment. So I'm going to actually take time within my day to set myself up for that. Now, I also have time planned in my week to see my family or see my friends. So I know personally every single Friday and Saturday, I'm going to be seeing my parents one of those days. I always go to dinner with them or we do dinner over here or I go to dinner at their house or whatever, but we always make sure to have family time either on a Friday night or a Saturday night. So typically I will make plans with Tyler on a Friday night, go out with my family on a Saturday night or vice versa. But I try to make time within my week to make sure that I'm seeing the people that I love. When it comes to time with my friends, if I'm talking to like a long distance bestie, I will be FaceTiming them after Aria goes to sleep. She goes to sleep every single day at 7 o'clock. So it helps me out massively so that I'm able to have time for myself. I'm able to have time for her. I'm able to have time for my friends and for Ty and I, all of it. So I am always very consistent with keeping up with my friends throughout like the night times. Nighttime's usually the time that I check in with my girls or I have them over and we like go in the sauna or whatever. I make time for all of those things because those things actually make me feel my best. And then it doesn't go like 2 weeks without me doing one of those things. I really try to stay consistent on every single aspect because it just makes me feel my best. Now, if you're listening to this and you're like, holy shit, this is a lot to deal with and like a lot to figure out and whatever, just know that number one, it's going to be easier when you just sit down and do it. Number two, even though it seems like this is a lot to organize and handle, it actually makes so much more time for yourself and the things that you actually want to do because you're not sitting there trying to make a decision on what you should do and when you should do it. So you actually get so much more time back because you're just in a rhythm, you're in a flow versus trying to make like pieces fit within your day or trying to make things work within your day that actually don't even belong there. You will manage your time so much better and you definitely won't be wasting a lot of time. Now, again, having a routine like this, having a schedule like this, it just allows you to show up better, show up with ease, and prioritize what matters to you the absolute most. If you have a business, this is going to maximize your time massively. Having things organized just allows you to show up with so much more confidence. And with that being said, the more consistent that you are with the things that you're doing, the more confident you become, the more belief you have within those things. So this comes down to like the smallest of things when it comes to going to the gym or prioritizing time to study or time to educate yourself on product knowledge or whatever your industry that you're in. You will feel just so much more certain about what you're doing over time. The more consistent that you are with your routines, the bigger impact it's going to have on your belief systems within you. So you're going to feel worthy of having the body of your dreams. You're going to feel worthy of having a successful business because you know you're putting in the work. My whole life is on a routine, and it's the reason why I'm able to accomplish so much and be doing it with ease. Like, I know the days that I'm going to be cleaning the house and when I'm going to be hanging out with the people who I love, when I'm going to have time for myself. It all just works so nicely, and it allows me to show up with being recharged and refreshed and inspired and creative and excited and fulfilled because I've taken the time that I need to rest, to recharge, and just simply take care of myself. So if you're feeling all over the place right now, this is definitely one thing that I would recommend just nailing for yourself and figuring out for yourself, because once you do, life just gets so much easier. And if you're not able to stick to a routine, I would really ask yourself why. And there's possibly two things going on here. Number one, it's not that important to you. Or number two, there's an internal blockage that some part of you actually does not feel in alignment with what you're doing, or does not feel worthy of the results that doing that action would give you. Sometimes some self-sabotaging behaviors can get intertwined with not sticking to your routines and not showing up for yourself. So I would really just take a hard look at what are the things that you're wanting to accomplish, why are you wanting to accomplish them, and how can you make yourself show up every single day. If you have more questions on this though, please do not hesitate to ask me. Like if there's certain things that you're like, Sav, I literally have tried to create a consistent routine for X, Y, and Z, but I really won't stick to it and I don't know why, like send me a message and I will totally talk to you about this, because I would love to address this on the podcast as well. If you're dealing with it, someone else is dealing with it. So anything that you need support with right now, please go ahead and reach out to me. If you guys have episodes that you're wanting to hear, if you have questions that you need me to answer, I am always here for you. I want to be creating content that you guys really find valuable, and the more personal and one-to-one I can get with you guys, the better, because I know that I'm serving someone. So I appreciate you so much. I can't wait to see you on your routines. If you do a new routine, totally tag me on Instagram. Show me what you're up to. I really, really appreciate you guys sharing the podcast on your stories. Please make sure that you're tagging me when you do that. It makes me so happy to see that. Also, leaving a rating and review on Spotify or Apple, it goes so far. And if you haven't already, please send this podcast to someone who you think it will benefit. It means so much to me, and it genuinely helps support my channel so much. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it loads and loads, and I will talk to you guys soon.